The mark of the beast. I used to think about this idea and I used to think I could understand what that was going to look like. And maybe because I learned about it in the church or through Christian writings, but I always connected this to faith, right? Like they're going to hate us because of our faith. They're going to create this mark to basically single us out. And then somehow they're going to get to this place where they're going to find this as something to persecute us for, but mostly centered around our faith. And now with the development of AI automation, I'm starting to actually think a little bit differently. I don't think they're going to care about our faith. I don't think that's going to be the issue. I think what's coming is we're getting to a time where everything is going to be automated through AI. So manufacturing, distribution, production, all those things are going to be automated through AI. And I used to think, like I saw this coming and I thought, well, maybe what people will do is we'll entertain each other on social media, and that's kind of how we'll earn our income. And the person who can entertain better has a better life, whatever that looks like. And now with the AI taking over entertainment, creating movies within seconds, I realized that we actually don't have any input in this future economy. There's not a section of it where we can contribute in a way that we can earn an income, produce value. And so as I thought about that, I thought, well, so how's that going to work? And I realized that the one limitation on the system is resources. And because of the limitation on resources, they're going to have to limit consumption and how much everyone gets, which will be through credits, digital currency. And that digital currency will have to be tied to each individual because these resources will be deemed that essential. They'll have to be controlled and managed so that everyone can have what they need, so that everyone can be taken care of for the greater good. The problem with this is that it has to be done with this mark that identifies each individual utilizing the resources that they're taking up. And so no one's going to be able to go without the mark, because anyone without the mark won't be able to receive goods, but they also won't be able to be controlled on the goods that they are trying to produce or manufacture on their own, because these marks will also track usage, not just credits, because they can track biometrics. So those who are outside of the system, those who are not marked, are going to be deemed a hazard to the system because we're not being tracked for the distribution of resources and the use of resources, and to make sure that we're working within the system and not outside the system, creating an offset or an imbalance. And so us, because of our faith, won't take these marks, and that's going to become a serious problem. Probably, well, not probably, we read it, it's going to end up with capital punishment. And I don't share these things to scare anybody or to create fear, but rather to be wise virgins, to know what's coming and to understand our way through it, which it's only through our faith that we're going to make it through it. Many of us won't, some of us will, but it's going to get very dark and it's going to get very hard. And as believers, we're going to have to dig in and rely on our faith. It's the only thing that's going to get us through it. So I would say pray more, read more, get to know him more, build communities, come together, get to know each other, because there's coming a time soon, not long, not 10 years for sure, maybe 5. The time is coming, and we need to be ready to stand for what we believe in. We need to be ready to stand for our faith, and we need to be ready to endure. I love you.